With the newest version of PhotoDirect, users now have the ability to do a few new things. On a manually entered work order, photos can be labeled using the same photo labels used in Vendor Web. This is not a mandatory feature, but it was implemented based on vendor feedback. The photo labels are intended to offer more direction in the back office when finalizing the work order as to where the photo needs to be placed. The photo labels act as a suggestion on the photos themselves. Once transmitted to Vendor Web, the photos are visible in the gallery view and noted on the photos. Users then can move the photos into the work order as done today to finalize and submit to Safeguard. Users also have access to the work orders themselves to answer Vendor Web questions in the field. Label the photos that are required for the work order and transmit the information back to Vendor Web. Once the responses and photo labels are sent, the information is placed in the correct location on the work order. This allows for a faster QC process in the back office. The gallery view has changed with the introduction of the labels. The gallery is now broken out by views of the labeled photos for quick review. Select View All to see all photos at once, or choose a category to view all associated photos. Users can choose to label images and remove labels from within the gallery view. Choose the Select option, tap the photo, and choose the Change Label option at the top of the screen and the label list displays. Choose the new label, and the labels change. The work order questions answered in Vendor Web are now available in the field to answer and submit. Any required photos that become necessary are available as well. These photos become required based on responses provided, just like in Vendor Web. Users see a Start option as well as a Work Order Completion option within the Order Details page. To answer the questions, select the Start option and a station view is displayed. Stations are high-level categories under which particular questions fall. Select the first station and a question appears. Upon answering the questions, the application automatically moves to the next question. Some questions require photos. Once an answer is entered, a pop-up appears to alert the user. Select the forward and back arrows to move through the questions. There is a complete status on the bottom of the screen once all questions are answered in that station. After completing a station, the application displays the Stations page. A check mark appears on that station. As questions are answered, additional stations may appear. There is a camera icon in the top right corner that has a number associated. This number represents the amount of required photos needed for that work order based on what has been answered. To access the labels, select the camera icon and the label list displays. Select a label and it's placed in the viewfinder. To change labels, select the label and the required label list appears. Select a new label, move back to the viewfinder, and take a photo. Returning to the order details, the Work Order Completion option bills to a percentage that matches how many stations have been completed. The Start option has been changed to Resume. This is just another visual indicator to inform what is left to complete. Once the questions are answered, the photos and answers can be transmitted to Vendor Web. All photo labels are accessible for manually entered work orders. Once an order is created manually, select the record and the camera displays. To access the photo labels, select the label option that's noted above the camera button within the viewfinder. It is defaulted to No Label. Users can choose to select the label option and the label categories to choose from appear. Drill down into the categories and select the label needed. Once selected, the the label changes in the viewfinder. To quickly access labels, choose to make a label a favorite by tapping the star next to the label. Once a label is designated a favorite, it is noted in the Favorites section. To remove a favorite, deselect the star option. This is not a mandatory feature. It was implemented based on vendor feedback. The photo labels are intended to offer more direction in the back office when finalizing the work order as to what is being captured in the photo.